This is a necessary assumption question. We're okay with that. So we're asking ourselves what absolutely has to be true as we go through each answer choice. The conclusion is that these nations who said their oil reserves were unchanged are wrong, right? Or probably wrong, right? Or most of them. Why does this person think they were wrong?
Because it hadn't gone up and down.
Did they say that they had to have gone up and down? No, that's a good Mike, what did it say?
Well, let me should read it verbatim.
So it's the second sentence I think that you're thinking of, right?
Yeah. They gradually drop or they suddenly rise as they're as new
Yeah.
fields are discovered.
So it says oil reserves gradually drop as oil fields are drained. That makes sense. And rise suddenly as new oil fields are discovered. So is this saying that oil fields are always rising and dropping? Why not? Why isn't it saying that it's always going down and then going back up?
Just as some things.
As this thing happens. They never said whether that happens. So you have to assume in this argument that the oil fields are being drained and that new fields are being discovered. If those two things aren't happening, then these people are totally right in saying, hey, our things didn't change. So this person, by concluding that no, they're wrong, they actually did change, is assuming that either one or both of these things has occurred. And that's answer choice B. What were you tempted by? A. For any nation with oil reserves. Now hold on, this argument was just about the ones who made claims. Right? Are you cool with that, Rich? It is more likely that the nation was mistaken in its statements about changes in its oil reserves than the nation's oil reserves remained unchanged. That's just too strong because of the any. We don't have to make these assumptions about nations that didn't make any claims, etc.
Yeah, I just missed the end completely.
Yeah. All right, any other answers that were tempting? C? Anyone tempted by C? Does anyone know?
Really just any. That's the answer. It's the only problem with that answer.
I don't know if it's the only problem, but it's a clear cut is out. Yeah.
Because I was looking at basically how it said oil reserves are unlikely to remain unchanged, and then at the end, probably incorrect. I looked at like unlikely against probably, and I decided that basically the nation being mistaken was the more likely outcome of the two.
Wait, hold on. Unlikely and probably are pretty good complements of each other. I mean, that's the same word strength.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like the other. It's like. I don't know explain it, but
If
I understand that, but it seemed like.
Well, if you're unlikely to remain unchanged, then that means you likely changed.
Right.
Which is the same as the conclusion. They probably are incorrect. In other words, they probably changed.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really explain it, but it was like, yeah. All right. That's
It's okay, Rich. When you come up with the rebuttal,
it's like
we'll be waiting.
but,
Yep. C. Anyone tempted by this? Yeah. Iris, do you know why it's wrong?
I'm not completely sure, but I guess it has to do with at least one, or
No, at least one is good. This person is assuming that happened to at least one country.
I guess then like the assumption leaves open that both might have that.
You don't
Yeah,
have to
either one.
assume that both happened
Yeah.
to get to this conclusion. They said, hey, our oil reserves have not changed, right? And he's saying, no, they did change, or probably change, right? To prove that they probably changed, it only has to be true that they discovered new oil fields or started draining their oil fields. It doesn't have to be true that they did both, that they drained them and then turned around and started filling them back up again. That only has to be true if you assume that their claims are correct, that they did remain unchanged and they went down and came back up to the same point. But this argument is going against that claim, right? It's not saying that they're unchanged, it's saying, no, I think they're wrong. They did change, and the reason why I think they changed is because either they went down or they went up or both. Good with that, Andy? Yeah.
That makes more sense. Like the argument is actually that
It's something slightly different, right?
that they changed.
That they literally changed.
Yeah.
N-
Okay.
Not that the person is not assuming that they went right back to where they were, but there was change along the way.
See, I was
That's a
thinking-
different argument.
Yeah, I was thinking that the argument was that they're incorrect in saying that they didn't change.
Yeah, that they had gone down and gone back up to
No,
this.
just like they're saying that, like they're incorrect in saying in reporting that.
Yeah, I
Which
think,
would mean they would change.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.